Hello, everyone. My name is Swamp. And we got a lot to go over today. I'm stoked. And of course, not to mention, Watman is back. What are they mad about now? It's been a while. It's been a while since we've done it, so hopefully they have plenty to be mad about. But before we get into it, and I'll try to be quick with this because who really cares? But I'm sure most people have seen stuff online about Sam Smith, the so-called musician, artist, whatever. The overweight guy who says he's not a guy. And honestly, I think a lot of it's a little overblown, you guys. It's not that big of a deal. He's a pretty normal dude. I think we all can see that. We all know that. Enjoy this fantastic performance for a second. It's just great. Great stuff. And of course, we all know it just gets worse and worse. Or I mean, excuse me, it gets better and better. He just keeps staying in the headlines for some reason. But what am I saying? For some reason, I know exactly why. Because, like I said, I think this has been overblown. The guy's really smart, and I think he's actually changed my life for the better. One of the things he said this week that has just been absolutely brilliant. I mean, completely brilliant. In case you missed it, because he's non-binary. Here, what? Let's check this out real quick.
No.
Yes, I do.
What?
Yeah, I'd love to be a fisher them.
What, like a fly fisherman?
I'd be any type of fisher them. I think I would like to one day. I'd just like to end my days fishing. Like
We can
sitting on a
sort
bank.
that out.
Isn't it?
Do you
Yeah.
fly
Peaceful.
fishing or like?
I do it on the sea and I do it in lakes. I've never done it alone.
So cool.
Someone's always taught me.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And that is,
Yes, I
that is
do.
so cool.
Yeah, I'd love to be a fisher them.
What, like a fly fisherman?
He wants to be a fisher them, and I can only hope that he's able to fulfill that dream. One other thing, and this is the thing that has completely changed my life, was his fantastic outfit at the 2023 Brit Awards, which I don't even know what that is because I'm not a Brit. Thank God. But here, let's check this out in case you haven't seen it. And of course, a lot of people have been making fun of this. And like I keep saying, I think this is all overblown. I think he's onto something. Since that performance at the Grammys, since his great talk about fisher thems, I have decided to give the Sam Smith way of life a try. I know it's kind of it's a shock, but honestly, it worked out. Here, check this out. Man, this is actually working out quite nice. I don't have any idea why anyone would laugh at this. This is fantastic. Hey guys, just here for a few drinks. Oh, thanks, yeah. Digging the outfit. So there you go. This is a game changer for working on the farm. And it seamlessly goes from farm work out to the bar. So actually, I think Sam Smith has been getting some unfair criticism. I see where he's coming, or I see where they is coming from. It's fantastic. Anyway, and we'll just touch on this really quickly. I'm going to try to get through the next few bits pretty quick because I got a lot of stuff that I want to show you guys today, and we got to play What Are They Mad About Now? So I'm sure by now everyone's aware of the disaster in East Palestine, Ohio, with the train derailment and them just deciding that, hey, these chemicals might explode and it could be really bad, you know. So what we should do is intentionally explode them, and then it'll all be better. I'm not sure that's the best way to go about it, but hey, I don't make the big bucks, so I think they know what they're doing. Anyway, two things real quick. If you haven't seen this, very strangely, Netflix predicted this. I'm not exactly sure how, but it's eerie.
Let's watch a sitcom or something.
No! They're calling it the airborne toxic event.
We won't come this way.
Will we have to leave our home?
Of course not.
How do you know?
I just know.
Okay, what if it's dangerous?
Evacuate all places of residence.
We have a situation. All we have to do is stay out of the way.
They're passing us, Dad.
Technically, that's illegal.
So yeah. Uh-oh. I hit it again. Sorry, guys. Didn't mean to do that. Unless you want to see the my Sam Smith get up again. But yeah, it's pretty bizarre how well they nailed this. Especially, I mean, it's so much of it. It's just spot on. They here, let's do the side by side real quick. I think I've got it here somewhere. So there's, you know, their thing that they showed. And then the actual the actual picture. I mean, this is just absurd. I mean, it's just... What are the odds of that? I mean, I get it. It's an explosion, but how could it look any different? But the rest of it, I mean, that's just unbelievable. It's just really bizarre. I'd say the only thing that's really that they didn't get right is, for some reason in the movie, the government came in and is apparently saying, this is a disaster. You need to get out of here. This is bad. That's not what they're actually doing now. So here's some footage of a river that they seem to think the government's telling us is it's totally fine. It's completely, totally fine. Assuming it will load eventually. There we go.
Wow.
Look at all that.
Look at it.
It's all in the bottom of the creek bed.
And there is tons of these videos. I mean, absolutely tons of them. So the only thing that Netflix doesn't get points for predicting is the government response. Apparently, this is totally fine. No problem at all. And believe your lying eyes. It doesn't seem like it's fine to me, but again, I'm not making the big bucks. I'm not an expert. Moving on to everyone's favorite segment, Biden, the man without a brain.
Holds near and dear to you that you like to be able to. Anyway.
And this is not the usual Biden with man without a brain, where it's just some kind of gibberish. I think it's pretty clear what he's saying here, given what we just looked at that's going on in Ohio. The government doesn't really seem to care at all about it. But luckily, we've got Biden, the man without a brain, ensuring that Ukrainians can still get paid. Sending $112 billion in aid has not been enough. But here, watch this.
And to deliver much needed humanitarian assistance as well as food, water, medicine, shelter, and other aid to Ukrainians displaced by Russia's war, and provide aid for those seeking refuge in other countries from Ukraine. It's also going to help schools and hospitals open. It's going to allow pensions and social support to be paid to the Ukrainian people so they have something in their pocket.
At least
it's also going to provide critical resources
we're helping with
to
their
address
pensions.
Food shortages around the globe, and to deliver much needed humanitarian.
So, if you're wondering, surely the government could be doing something to help the people in Ohio. They can't. They are too busy paying the pensions of Ukrainians. You can't make this shit up. Jeez. Oh, man. Biden.
Holds near and dear to you that you like to be able to. Anyway.
No, everything's fine, guys. Everything's going fine. And in other news, though related to some degree, this video went viral this week of apparently this says a lot about society. It's this guy holding a sign, and they're trying to prove a point that. Well, here I'll just play it and see if you can guess what my take is going to be on this. Here we go. It says, I have anxiety and depression. I just need someone to talk to. Sad music. Oh, and then he's got free money. And look, everyone's stopping now. This says a lot about society.
When I need someone to talk to, no one stops, but I flip the sign and everyone will take.
This says a lot about society, you guys. If anything, it's making a point that you did not intend, which is this does say a lot about society. This jackass holding up a sign, I'm sad. Oh, really? No one stopped? I mean, you're making a public spectacle of yourself where anyone who looks at this instantly knows that, well, this is obviously something. I mean, this isn't a genuine cry for help. Who would do that? This guy's probably, there's something. He's clearly, there's a camera somewhere. He's doing this for clout on the internet, on TikTok. I'm not gonna stop and talk to this guy. And then, get this, you guys, free money, and people stopped. This says a lot about society. Get out of here. Get out of here. And it's really bizarre how many people who are talking about this who think that this does say a lot about society. I can't believe they wouldn't help someone who was depressed, but they just take his money. God, how stupid can you be? This is why we can't elect a good leader. This is why we are where we are, because you see this and you actually think it's somehow deep and proves some point. Yeah, I wonder why. I mean, why is no? I mean, it just seems so obvious that it's genuine. I mean, look, no one's stopping, and they even had the sad music, and oh man, it's so deep, you guys. We live in a society, except that meme is better than their meme. Speaking of jackasses, John Legend. I feel like I could just end the joke there. But John Legend did something with Pfizer to convince you to get a COVID shot. Apparently, we're still doing this. We're still doing this, guys.
Every parent out there, life with little kids can be a juggling act. Luna's got dance, Miles has basketball, plus they both have school and their own personalities. And now we've got a little baby in the house. But I wouldn't trade being a dad for anything in the world. I love being there for my special moments with my kids. That's why my health is such a priority to me, and why I got an updated COVID-19
He sounds
booster.
so genuine.
My family did too. I encourage you to talk to your healthcare provider and go to vaccines.gov to check eligibility and schedule an appointment today.
It seems so genuine. So genuine. Wow. I'm going to go get my shot now. Thanks, John Legend. You know, I might consider getting the shot if you promised that all of your music would just be erased from existence completely. That might be a trade-off I would be willing to make. Maybe. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got our first super chat of the night. Catherine, thank you very much. And let's see what song you get. Super chat jukebox. Activate.
Stories of fabrications and false. The right lies, the right false stories.
Hey.
True or false, it makes no difference.
Let's try that again. It pulled up the "What Are They Mad About Now" video. Here, I'll do it again. You'll get a real one this time. Let's try it again.
You've been the big guy for 6 months now in the White House. Can you take us behind the scenes, something that was extraordinary or unusual that happened that stands out to you?
Here's the deal. I want to say, I like to walk out of my robe to go in.
Classic. It was worth the snafu. All right. Yeah, I hope you're ready to get your COVID shots now. I hope that John Legend has convinced you. And that brings us to the Twitter thread of the week. Since we watched that amazing video from John Legend, let's take a look at the thread, the comments, and see if everyone's on board. I have a feeling that most people are 100% grateful to John Legend for doing this. So let's just check it out. There we go. For John Legend, there is nothing better than being a dad and enjoying special moments with his family. That's why he considers his health a top priority and why he got an updated COVID booster. His eligible family members got theirs too. So I'm sure everyone's digging this. And, never mind. They turned off the comments. Why would they do this? Why would they do this? I have a feeling they knew that the comments probably weren't going to be great. Well, that was quick. This has been the Twitter thread of the week. Okay, before we jump in to what are they mad about now, we have to wet our whistle with someone who's mad about something. Here we go.
All right, we have to talk about this right-wing idea of parents' rights. It's literally just fascism. As far as I can tell, Parents' rights means allowing parents to control their kids, even in ways that are harmful to their kids. Obviously, as an educator, I believe strongly in the importance of parents and families and other primary caregivers instilling morals and discipline and principles in their kids. I see educators' role as partnering with parents and other caregivers to form a collaborative support network for every child.
First of all, was anybody shocked to find out that this thing was a teacher? But of course, what we're mad about here is parents wanting to be involved in their students or in their child's education, in their life as a student, which she claims is fascism. Now, I could be wrong about this. I don't think I am, but I might be wrong. Did the fascists allow parents to just raise their kids however they wanted? Or did they take them away to be educated by the state? Hitler Youth? I mean, and the actual, the original fascists, the Italians did this too. So I'm not sure how parents being involved in their kids' education is fascist. This is exactly like last week with the person saying that I can't believe Ron DeSantis wants to loosen the gun laws and make it easier for citizens to get firearms. That's fascist. They really have successfully convinced everyone that it's flipped. Fascism, apparently we're all fascists, because if wanting freedom and less government is fascist now, I guess we're all fascists. Anyway, let's hear more about these fascist parents.
However, some parents and caregivers unfortunately do not support their kids the way they should.
Gasp.
That's part of why the public school system works with social services to make sure kids are taken care of.
With the government is...
It's why schools work to connect...
The schools, which are already the government, since they're public schools, working further with the government, that's not fascist. That's the opposite of fascism. This is why we're mad about fascists. Why don't those fascist parents just get out of the way and let the government teach their kids? Dang fascists.
Parents with resources to help them learn how to support their children if and when they need the help. The fact of the matter is, parents and caregivers who reject their children's gender identities are not taking care of their children. Kids whose families refuse to affirm their child's true gender identity are at greatly increased risk of suicide attempts.
Okay, yeah. We all know this line. We have all gotten the download of government propaganda, which of course is not fascism, not authoritarian. But if these fascist parents won't allow us to warp their children, then we will use the government with all of its authority and firepower to take your children away. Anti-fascists. I think you got this one backwards. I'm not going to lie. I think you got this one a little bit backwards. Okay, the moment you have all been waiting for. The epic return of Watman. 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 So, in case you have forgotten, I am going to show you a crazy person. And then you have to vote in the chat to figure out what this person is so angry about. So let's just start here as a quick example. It's been a while. I did it again. Same thing I did with the Sam Smith thing. I hope you enjoyed. You know what? You deserve one more. Fine. Let's do it. Man, I am not on top of it today. It's the pressure of the return of Watman. So, as an example, let's start with this one. This is a crazy person.
Work my whole life. I'm gonna sit behind a fucking desk and work.
I know they seem completely normal.
No way that is what life is about.
Completely normal, but
box. I'm sorry. I just realized a little bit extra. Ooh, little boogie. I want to have fun. Like, I actually want to have fun, and I don't understand why this is the norm and we're putting up with this. I know half of us are not putting up with it, but I feel like we're putting up with it too much. It's time to take a stand. I don't know how we would take a stand. I'm so red because I'm
it just keeps going, doesn't it?
Because I'm like, you know what? I'm going to work and then I'm going to travel, because why the fuck would I lock myself into a job for the rest of my life? I need to fucking see the world. Like, I genuinely need to see the world and experience life. And
Okay. You get the picture with this one. So, then I would ask, what is this person so mad about? And honestly, this is an example because I have no idea. This person's just a crazy person. Though the answer probably is that you have to have a job to live your life. I don't know. All right. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The epic return. First up. Oh, I forgot to announce the theme. So the theme for this week is this person mad about pronouns or white supremacy? All right. And as usual, I'm sure they've been mad about both many times before. But what are they mad about this time? There we go. Man, I couldn't. The poll wasn't working. Okay, so first up. This looks like a totally reasonable person. So here we go. And this, the way we're doing it this time around, the revamped version. I should probably spell this right. The revamped version, and I wonder if YouTube will even let me type white supremacy as an option. It blacklists certain words, but the revamped version will actually have a time limit. I've got 30 seconds on the clock for you to place your votes. So let's get started. Is this person angry about pronouns or white supremacy? 30 seconds on the clock. Let's go. Okay. What is the prevailing wisdom of the audience? 55% say, or 54%, someone snuck in right at the end, white supremacy. All right. Can it be? Is it white supremacy? Take it away, totally normal person.
You know what I don't get is why people still see me as a woman. What more could I be doing? I literally cut my titties off.
Yeah.
I don't think I look like a woman. So why does everybody?
That is totally baffling. But yes, you guys were wrong. She was mad about pronouns. Next up on our totally sane people list. What could it be? What could it be? Not starting off hot, but is it pronouns or white supremacy? And don't think it's white supremacy just because she's black, because I think that's racist. I don't really know. All right, 30 seconds on the clock. Let's go. Time is up, ladies and gentlemen. Man, and it looks like the white supremacists have it. I'm sorry, I just realized what that was going to sound like. The white supremacists have it, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Show me white supremacy.
Me because this group of people likes to talk a lot about white supremacy, but the moment that you see another group of people working to restore who they actually are, find who they actually are, putting together bits and pieces that were stolen from us, beaten from us, all of a sudden y'all turn into white supremacists yourself. Y'all want everybody to fucking cry for y'all and feel bad on Thanksgiving's Day, but y'all are white supremacists yourselves the moment a black person says that they are Native American. Like, make it make sense. Like, make it make sense. If we're all in this together, as you guys like to say, and we're all against white supremacy, if black people say, hey, there's a possibility that we might actually, too, be Native American. Why do y'all meet us with anger, hate, and rage? Why don't y'all have open arms and say, oh, wow, you know what, this might be the case because, you know, there was a lot of different tribes and the whites did come in and they did do this to us and they did this to y'all and let's come together and see where the pieces
are you
connect.
talking about?
No, y'all don't do that. What y'all do? Y'all get mad as fuck because there's a possibility that y'all could be related to black people. And that's the problem. Why? Because white people and the Native American community are in bed together.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first. The Native Americans are in bed with the whites, and we are conspiring to take down black people. This is the first time hearing of it, but it sounds legit. Next up is this total girl boss mad about pronouns or white supremacy? It's always hard to tell. All right. 30 seconds on the clock. Let's go. All right, who has it? Man, the pronouns take it away with 82% of the vote. All right, girl boss. You know she says girl boss all the time. Show me pronouns.
If you as a white person get offended by me addressing white supremacy, you're a white supremacist. Because why else would you be upset? You're only getting upset because you emotionally have an attachment to white supremacy, to your whiteness, to your white identity, when you shouldn't be attached to your white identity, because white identity is really based on racism and white supremacy, because the invention of white came from white supremacy. We invented it in like the mid-1600s. So why are you identifying with that shit? Why do you want to identify with something that literally killed millions of people? And you don't think that's true? Why don't you look up how many fucking people died from being enslaved? White supremacy is responsible for that. Why don't you look up the Crusades? White supremacy is responsible for that. Because white supremacy and Christianity,
These
they
are compelling
combine
arguments.
themselves together to colonize.
Compelling arguments.
Jesus have mercy. If you, as a white person, feel offended by me addressing white supremacy, you got work to do. So do it.
Do the work. Do the work, guys. I really hope you're gonna do the work. I'm gonna be embarrassed if my community here on YouTube, if we don't start doing the work. It's not gonna be easy, but eventually we could all look and sound like this woman, which is, I'm pretty sure, what we all want. Okay, next up, ladies and gentlemen. Is it pronouns or white supremacy? "30 seconds on the clock. All right. I hope you did the work to figure this one out. The chat says, through doing the work, pronouns wins 73%. All right, totally normal person. Show me pronouns.
It's just me. Maybe I'm more annoyed about this than I should be, but it feels like
That's
extra
guaranteed.
disrespectful to misgender somebody when they have a pronoun pin.
Oh,
like, you know,
pronouns. You guys got it right.
Girl, but it's right here. It like I have a they them their pronoun pin right here, and people still call me a girl. People are still using she her.
my
It's like,
God.
guys, come on. I'm not asking for much here. I'm literally just asking for people to use my pronouns. That's all. Come on, do better. Be respectful. It's not hard to be respectful of people's pronouns. Can we try harder, please?
Oh, yeah.
All I'm trying to say here is just be respectful of people. It feels really shitty to have something so clearly dictate what my pronouns are and people still misgender me. It's not hard to be respectful of people's pronouns. It's really not.
Yeah, the person who was waiting on that coffee was not stoked to see this person making a TikTok. Oh, no, wait. She drank it at the end. I'm actually not surprised by that either. The apron says the Hive, but didn't the cup say Starbucks on it? Is that a Starbucks thing that I don't know about? I don't know. Yeah, that's definitely a Starbucks cup. What's the Hive? I have no idea. The Hive Mind, I guess? I don't know. But congratulations to the chat. Next up. You guessed it. Is it pronouns or white supremacy? Next contestant. These people always just look beautiful. All right. 30 seconds on the clock. Let's do it. All right. Who's got it? The pronouns have it with 64%. Show me pronouns. Show me with the sound on. There we go.
I'm a little frustrated. I'm just like frustrated in general. About being an artist only in the sense of being
you're
paid.
An artist. Wow. Didn't see that
I
coming.
have plenty of opportunities to be creative and to get my work out there, but I don't have plenty of opportunities to get paid. Not enough to like.
That's how good you are?
Make some movement. You know what I mean? Like I can't live off of what I make right now with my art, and I've
you're
been
not making any
art
movements.
for close
I
to
can tell that.
3.5 decades. So I am not new at art. I am not.
Sounds like it's time to hang it up, lady.
But I am a very good artist, and I'm very good
decades
at
and still not a
things,
professional.
and I deserve to be paid. I deserve to be paid top dollar for the amount of magic and experience and depth and color, and I'm just like, I'm a visual artist. I can just create so many things. I'm so fucking talented, and no one wants to pay me for it.
Man.
People want my services.
Man.
They want me. They want me to be creative with them, but they do not want to pay me. And I'm like, it's because I'm a fucking non-binary bitch, or a perceived woman, or fat, or queer, or whatever. If I was a white man, I would not be asked quite so much for free labor. And it's fucking frustrating. We deserve fucking better. If we're gonna live under capitalism, I want my money.
Well, certainly the main part of capitalism is generally you earn the money. But yeah, I'm counting that as white supremacy. If you don't feel the same, you can go start your own show. She did mention being non-binary, but she didn't complain about the pronouns, okay? You know, I mean, she didn't complain about being misgendered or the wrong pronouns. She complained about not being a white man. And as a white man, I totally understand. I would also complain if I wasn't one. All right, next up. An effeminate looking black man. Is he mad about white supremacy? Or pronouns? It could be either. "30 seconds on the clock." Okay, chat says. Oh, chat says 50-50. Oh, no. We're ending it. White supremacy pulls ahead. 54%. All right, my brother. Show me white supremacy.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Don't you fucking scroll.
I'm here.
Don't you fucking
I'm
scroll.
here for it, brother.
Yes, if you guess that this is another episode of Is It White Supremacy? You're right. Like I said,
White
don't
supremacy.
Scroll if you hate black people and you mean. Alright, so today's episode, we're going to be talking about the second one. Again, don't you fucking scroll, because this is important. If you say you care about race and racism and you want to go on this
I
lifetime,
care.
you
Tell me
gotta
about
know
it.
what the fuck it looks like. Today we're doing Sense of Urgency. We're going to try to keep this one short and sweet. Again, you have no excuse to scroll. I'm going to read this shit for you because I know y'all don't like to read. What is a sense of urgency? A sense of urgency is
white people can't read?
sense of urgency that makes it difficult to take time to be inclusive, encourage democratic and thoughtful process in decision making, to think long term, or to consider consequences. It is so easy to validate shitty things for people of color or those who are pushed on the margins of society, no matter color or creed, when you move urgently. We have a short turnaround.
Being
we have to
urgent
do it
is
this way.
a white people
and I
thing.
mean, even think about it. Like, can you actually do anything productive if you do it quickly? And the idea is to get everything out quickly. This could be seen like very frequently in how even campaigns work on here. Like, a lot of these brands push out diversity and inclusion without even thinking about what that actually means, and they don't even have equitable structures at their own organizations. We see it all the time.
All the time.
Because I saw you almost do it. Like, I'm not playing. Second point, okay, and this frequently results in sacrificing potential allies for quick or highly visible results, okay? Like I said, we see it all the time with campaigns and the way businesses work on here. And like it says in the second point, an example is sacrificing interests of communities of color in order to win victories for white people who are seen as the default. Like I said, think like, oh, we have a little bit of time to do this. We have to hurry up and get something out, and not really even like checking in with the communities that something will impact. I hate using this girl so much as an example, but even the Addison Rae thing is a great example.
It just keeps going.
She was on that Jimmy, I don't know that man's last name. She was on Jimmy's show and doing all those dances that they didn't even feel the need to check in with the people who created those dances.
Didn't check in?
This third point is really important. Don't fucking scroll. I'm
oh
not
my
playing with
God.
you.
How many
This
points
last
are
point
there?
is really
Okay,
important
last one.
because this last point talks about how this is reinforced by funding proposals that promise too much work for too little money, or by funders who expect too much work for too little money. What does this mean, you might ask?
I've been asking that this whole time,
putting
yes.
people under extreme duress by underpaying them or undercutting them and expecting results very quickly. It actually intentionally reinforces white supremacy. You can't complain when you're moving too
Expecting
fast.
the job to be done in a timely manner.
You don't have enough time. You don't have enough money. You don't even have enough bandwidth to survive. It's all intentional. It's all white supremacy.
That was a lot of white supremacy, for sure. And one thing I don't understand, genuinely, if what he's saying is doing things well in a timely manner is white supremacy, who wouldn't want to be a white supremacist? This guy just said black people are lazy and do a bad job at things. Dude, that's him. I didn't say that. He said that. But I guess it's okay when he says it. I don't know. I don't know what's going on in this world anymore. All right. Next up. These are the tricky ones, you guys. Because you can see it's on TikTok. So it could be either one. So, is it pronouns or white supremacy? 30 seconds on the clock. Go. Okay, and chat says white supremacy with 57%. You know, I didn't think this through with how much I'm saying white supremacy. YouTube is putting this stream in a deep, dark hole, I'm sure. He sounds like a white man, and he said white supremacy 88 times. Exactly 88 times. Good times. Good times. All right. Let's see if that's it. Show me white supremacy.
Okay, I don't know who needs to hear this, but not every non-binary person uses they them pronouns. They them is not some default pronoun for non-binary people. So please stop calling us they thems. It's fucking weird. You don't call women she her or men he him. So why are we reducer pronouns that aren't even correct? Some non-binary people use she her pronouns, he him pronouns, they them pronouns, all those pronouns, some of those pronouns, and neo pronouns. You can't just lump us all together and be like, well, the girls, gays, theys. Be respectful and know who you're addressing and talking about. Instead of calling us theys, just call us NBs. The term NB was created so people could stop using the term MB when referring to non-binary people. NB means a non-black person, so if you want to abbreviate non-binary, just put N.B. or just type out. I don't want to hear any back talk with people trying to talk about, oh, well, my friend said it's okay.
This has to
well,
be
newsflash,
satire.
your friend is not an entire community, jackass. Just stop doing it. Just respect us as people. You don't need to be quirky talking about, oh my god, theys. Just shut up.
You started this. You asked to be called they. Why are you calling non-binary people they? Well, because you said if I didn't, I would be a white supremacist. This is why a lot of people are now just saying, screw it. You know what? I like to do a good job at whatever I'm doing. I like to be on time. Fine. I'm a white supremacist. They're doing it to themselves, okay? These crazy, crazy people. All right, next up. I'm not sure what we're looking at here. But is it mad about pronouns or white supremacy? "30 seconds on the clock." All right, and the word on the street is she is mad about pronouns, 67%. And as I've said before, I'm sure all of these people have been mad about both, probably in the last week. So if you get it wrong, don't feel too bad, because I'm sure at some point they were mad about it. So here we go. Show me pronouns.
This person just came into the bar and said, hey, what are your pronouns? You kind of look like a they, them. And
Pronouns.
I hated that they were right.
You see? This person was mad because someone did exactly what they wanted them to do. Oh, come on. That's what I'm saying. You can't win. That last woman was talking about how you shouldn't call non-binary people they, them, even though they're the ones who came up with the designation. No one was going around saying that before they made us do it. And now this person says you're supposed to, like, they want you to ask people's pronouns. Someone finally asks and guesses right, because who could have known that this identifies as a they them? Who could have seen it coming? But if you do exactly what they want, which is ask their pronouns, and even if you're right about the pronouns, they're still mad about it. Classic stuff. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, just a reminder as we continue through What Are They Mad About Now? Got some cool merch out there. Check the link in the description. Super chats, activate the super chat jukebox. I promise this time I'll get it right. I accidentally gave you a preview of What Are They Mad About Now on the first super chat jukebox, but I think we can get it right this time. Okay, next up. the double eyebrow piercing. The middle of both eyebrows. It makes you permanently look like a clown. This looks like a clown, like actually with the nose and everything. I'm not even saying like you're a clown as an insult. You genuinely look like a clown. Anyway, is it pronouns or white supremacy? 30 seconds on the clock. Go. And once again, another opportunity for this to be clipped out of context. It looks like the white supremacists have it. 69% of the vote. Nice. Nice. All right. Show me white supremacy.
I don't understand what is so hard about correcting other people when they misgender others. Like,
oh, pronouns.
It takes you like 2 seconds, but you know what it takes for me to have to constantly do that?
What?
A lot of fucking unnecessary emotional labor that I already have to take on a daily basis just to fucking exist and be who I am. But you don't have the energy to speak up and say something on my behalf. And I just have to keep white knuckling this.
Oh, that's fantastic. You know what? One more time, just one more time.
What is so hard about correcting other people when they misgender others? Like, it takes you like 2 seconds, but you know what it takes for me to have to constantly do that? A lot of fucking unnecessary emotional labor that I already have to take on a daily basis just to fucking exist and be who I am. But you don't have the energy to speak up and say something on my behalf. And I just have to keep white knuckling this.
Okay, lady. Whatever. Classic. Whatever you say, ma'am. It's all for you. Oh. Honestly, the amount of narcissism, self-confidence it takes to do and say something like this, it's actually, if it wasn't so deranged, it's enviable. Okay, next contestant. Well. Who could it be? Pronouns or white supremacy? Our survey says white supremacy was 70%. It's been a strong showing for the white supremacy in this this episode of Wat Man. All right. Show me white supremacy.
Hi there. You must be new to my account. I say white to remind people that white
supremacy
White
is everywhere.
supremacy.
Because in order for true equality to happen, white supremacy has to be dismantled. And a lot of people are not even aware of their use of whiteness unless someone like me points it out by calling it white.
You're very likable.
In your case, you as a white woman telling an Asian woman how to speak on her account is a pretty white privileged mindset. Because I would have never thought to go to your account and say, hey, your face is really annoying. You should change your profile photo. I would never say that to you.
Don't comment on the nose.
That would never crossed my mind.
Don't do it, lady.
Who am I to tell you
Don't do it.
And you should have awareness of your actions. You as a white woman telling me how to speak is tone policing. And that's a behavior that's very common among white women.
Wow.
You may have not intended that, but there are many white women who act exactly like you. So that's why I say white, to raise your awareness.
God, this is the most annoying
so
video I've ever
ingrained in
seen.
You may not realize it. And maybe next time when you're about to do the very same thing, my annoying white will ring in your ear and stop you.
It won't.
So
It
you're
won't.
welcome.
Yeah, thank you. It's going to be ringing in my ear, but it's not going to stop me from doing anything that I want to do. That's for sure. And I just got to say, she's claiming that she's speaking on her account, whatever that means. Like, this is but you're talking about someone else, and that's just not cool. I've been informed many times that you're not allowed to dictate someone else's experience or not use the words that they want. So, if anything, this makes you a bigot. So, normally I'm on board for that, but not when it's this annoying. Tone it down. Come back, and we'll have a great conversation, I'm sure. Okay. Last one of the evening before we go back to our regularly scheduled programming. This person looks pleasant. I don't think you're allowed to comment on people's appearance on YouTube. I'm not sure. Look at the eyes. The eyes. It's always the eyes. So, is this person angry about pronouns or white supremacy? "30 seconds on the clock. Man, chat overwhelmingly going for pronouns. 80%. 80% think we're about to hear some amazing educational. We're ready to do the work. We're about to learn what work we need to do to learn about pronouns. Okay. Show me pronouns.
Boy, white cis women, we need to talk.
Uh-oh.
Take a deep breath. And let's talk. Some of you just now reacted to me saying cis. That defensiveness comes from white supremacy culture. It's okay to be all up in your feelings like that. But it's not okay to use your feelings as an excuse to harm others. We need to pause, allow ourselves to feel our feelings, and process through why those were the feelings that we had. Then you can address the underlying thought that caused that feeling. Only when we have thoroughly processed our feelings and the underlying thoughts will we be in a position to respond appropriately. with kindness and thoughtfulness.
That's a twofer. If you voted for either one, I'm counting it. That was white supremacy and pronouns. Cis? Oh, God. Cisgendered? That was painful. All right. I hope you enjoyed it with this new setup. I'm not totally happy with it yet, but this is what I put together this week. I think I'm going to rework it a little bit. The visuals, I mean. But, yeah. What are they mad about now is back. And we can all be happy about that. Man, I guess I've been trying too many new things on this stream. I keep having things overlap but you know, that's part of the fun. That's how you know I'm real. A real G over here. Okay, for the rest of the show, we have 2 more things to go over. First of all, this was not something I was even going to have in the show because I only just came across this maybe an hour before the show started. Nancy Pelosi's daughter apparently doesn't really believe that January 6th was a big deal. And she's filming a documentary about it, about how it is a big deal. But there's these leaked clips that are actually kind of interesting. Let's watch a few of these because as soon as I found it, I was like, I'm pretty sure this is going to get buried. We got to watch this. So here's a thread. These are all, it's from a meeting someone filmed. So this is Nancy Pelosi's daughter talking about things that happened on January 6th and a few different clips where she's talking about the Proud Boys and she's talking about what an insurrection is and what it isn't. It's I don't know. I think it's pretty interesting. So here, check this out if you haven't seen this. Because like I said, I only found it like an hour before starting the show. So here's the first one, where she talks about the QAnon shaman and how he didn't actually do anything. Shocker. I mean, it's just, none of us knew that. But here we go here.
You're not going to make a felon. You still have status to appeal.
You can win an appeal.
Yeah. If you win the appeal and overturn it, so he could still have some incentive. Yeah, like.
So some days, I tell him he got great legal. Sometimes I say 8 months was great, considering that the shaman who did not. I mean, what did the shaman do? He stood there. What did Paul do? He stood there. The shaman got how many months?
Right,
41 compared to 8.
Yeah.
So when I saw that, I was like, and I think that the government is going to go for more, that they're going to look to get bigger. Like people are criticizing some of the people that got home.
You're not going to make a felon. You could still.
So it's interesting to say the least. January. So here's another one where, so she's talking to someone who currently has a case that's ongoing, I guess, about January 6th. So here's a clip. You know, you've got politicians comparing this to Pearl Harbor and 9/11, and she says, you know, that's so sad. Again, so this is a person that is filming a documentary and has not been, let's say, on the side. Well, I mean, come on. She's Nancy Pelosi's daughter. I mean, she's a Pelosi. She's been on the side of the propaganda. So here we go. About the comparison with Pearl Harbor and 9/11 because we all knew that totally accurate.
They might say, well, wait a second. You have politicians every night comparing it to Pearl Harbor, 9/11.
That was just
DC. In DC, they're under siege. They had the National Guard there for 7 months. If you live there, you're like, I am under siege. I see National Guardsmen around. They might say, well, wait a second.
Surprisingly, she does not agree, apparently, at least in private. So this is one that I think is actually pretty interesting is it seems like the people that are coming after the January 6th people, they're not on the right side of history. You know, like maybe people are going to look at this differently once the propaganda has stopped. I mean, shocker.
Well, the reason, I think time is going to remember January 6th differently. Right now, people are still in the heat. There's two things. Media needs stuff to fill. I mean, if you watch TV on January 6th, it was like January 6th, 24/7. As time goes on, it's going to be less. Yeah. And so I think also people are going to lose their jobs. The people that were there are going to lose their jobs. So it's not going to mean anything if you weren't even there and you don't even care.
We need like a war to break out.
Yeah, no, it's right. You know. Okay,
So she even seems to think that people are going to lose their jobs. There was one more clip that I wanted to show. Where is it? Well, I guess I can show this one too. You may be surprised to learn that January 6th was not an insurrection. It's bizarre. This is new. This is breaking news.
I know you're not the bad guy. I mean, if there is, I haven't found the bad guy yet, but if there is, I know you're not the bad guy.
With the eye patch? I mean, he's like a stereotypical bad guy.
But the thing is, why I asked you the question of like, so what was the plan? Is that if there was an insurrection, you were supposed to be in line marching. You're in the military, you know this.
No, that's
you were supposed to have a plan.
Exactly. It's called operations order. You sit down overnight with your soldiers. You go over. All right. You're going to go here. You're going to go in by this side. At this time, we're going to take over this. There was none of that.
If there was an insurrection, it's the sorriest insurrection in the 20th, 21st century ever. No guns, no plan, people taking selfies.
A guy smoking pot.
I love the guy.
Yeah, I'm like.
Well, we did that. We just went to New Hampshire last week for the guy that just was drinking beer. I know.
It's all a farce. It's this whole thing. It's just, it's all fake, and it's not in this thread. I gotta pull it up. She also talks about Gavin McInnes and the Proud Boys because here we go. Apparently she knows Gavin McInnes and apparently went to parties with him or something. But, the surprising thing, and this is just totally bizarre because no one could have seen this coming, is that apparently Gavin McInnes is not a white supremacist and the Proud Boys are not a white supremacist organization, which, again, publicly, I don't think that she would be saying this. But here, watch this. This, again, Nancy Pelosi's daughter saying all this, and this just came out. All this stuff just came out today.
Hearings is very
but they're probably going to call me a white supremacist. As a matter of fact, I want it in Spanish. That was my first language, so
that would be fun.
I want to interpret for my next story.
Okay, so I want you to know that I'm from New York City, and I was always a long time ago friends with Gavin McInnes, who's supposedly the guy that started the Proud Boys.
Correct. Yes.
And when you say it was a drinking club, I'm just telling you guys, I don't know what the Proud Boys is, but I know Gavin McInnes. I went on road trips with him to parties. Mm-hmm. It was so comical to me when I first started hearing about like Proud Boys are supreme. This was like years ago when they started saying in Brooklyn, where he's from. I was like, what? This guy, I mean, he may talk shit, but a lot of it is like he's a provocateur. He says it to like be funny or whatever. Right. But the idea that he's now being elevated to being this, it totally makes me laugh because I'm like, I know this guy. I've been to many parties with him, and I know he just says some crazy shit.
Like the spiritual guru.
And he's supposed to be like the godfather of this, and I know that. So when they say Proud Boy, I'm always like, what is a good boy? So that's why it's funny to me.
Yeah, like I said, we'll sit around the table or call each other. Hey, where you want to meet up? Can you figure out where to go eat? And it's like,
no, I mean, I know the Brooklyn version of those guys, and I'm just like, so I just wanted you to know that. Like, I have a whole history with these people, and I'm like, come on, you're like, that's just kind of like, anyway.
So the obvious reaction to people who, or from people who want to say that this is not important, this is not anything that's, this isn't like a hot mic moment, look at this, scandal, is that they're saying that, well, she's just saying all this for the documentary because she wants to get these guys to be comfortable, to get them talking, which is a possibility. I mean, I'm not saying it's not, but it doesn't come across that way to me. But I don't know. I mean, like you be the judge. I think that this is what actually most of these people would say, or actually do say, when talking with the, behind closed doors, when they think that no one else is paying attention, that like, because there's just no way. I mean, even if you absolutely hate Donald Trump, fine. There's no way you can think that this was an insurrection and that it was worse than Pearl Harbor and 9/11 and all of World War II combined. The darkest day, we almost lost our democracy. You are a liar if that's what you say. And I bet behind closed doors you say stuff like this. But like I said, this is a someone whose name is Pelosi, so she could still just be a snake. I mean, who knows? I at least thought it was interesting because it popped up right before, I just found it right before we went live. Okay. The last segment of the evening. And again, if you can, send in super chats, help support the channel. Check out the merch, join the Discord. Make sure you're subscribed, make sure you like the video. All the YouTube stuff. So, to end the night, let's look back at the news from this week. All the news that was fit to print. Okay. Let's see what happened this week. Whatever it is, I'm sure I'm not going to like it. New Gen Z workers already burned out and disconnected. Fantastic. Gen Z workers are feeling burnt out and stress, or feeling burnout and stress on the job more than any other age group, new data finds. An estimated 91% of Gen Zers are reporting such stress, higher than 84% average, according to stats from an annual well-being survey by insurance giants Cigna. The stress has become unmanageable for 23% of the demographic, and 98% say they're feeling symptoms of burnout from their jobs. The laziest generation's getting burnt out on their jobs. I mean, you hardly work at all. Get out of here. A Gallup poll also finds that 54% of Gen Z are not engaged on the job. Wow. How can you be burnt out if you're not even doing your job? Slightly higher than generations past. More 2022 data from work management site Asana found that the youngest working generation disproportionately struggles the most with switching off from work. What does that even mean? Pretty sure all this is telling me is that you're a bunch of losers. All right, let's see what else we got this week. Upcoming Chinese restaurant Benny Chow's called out for problematic concept. I'm sure this is going to be absolutely awful. I mean, I'm sure it totally is problematic. In the spring of 2021, Houstonian Isabel Proto-Martyr, and that was, I have no idea how to say that, co-founded Have a Nice Day, an organization that promotes and supports Asian American and Pacific Islander chefs and their food in the wake of rising anti-Asian sentiment and violence across the country. What was the demographic that was perpetuating most of those crimes? Almost 2 years later, she was surprised to hear that local restaurateur Benjamin Berg, who is white, is opening a Chinese restaurant called Benny Chow's. Actually, that's awesome. Dude, what a smart name. I would definitely eat there. When I saw these headlines, it just felt like a step backwards. Proto-Martyr says. The restaurant in question is the latest concept by Berg Hospitality, which operates popular Houston restaurants such as B&B Butchers, BB, blah, blah, blah. On January 26th, the restaurant group announced a spring 2023 opening for Benny Chow's on Washington Avenue via a press release, which mentions it will serve elevated Cantonese eats and clever dim sum. Well, I think it's clever just from the name, Benny Chow's. I love it. I wanted to bring an ingredient-driven approach to the American Chinese food I grew up eating, but with top-notch service and a vibrant atmosphere, Berg stated in the release. Huh, I like it. I'm not seeing what's problematic about it. Benny is a nickname for him. It's a nod to him, and Chow's is obviously not his last name. Oh, well, thank you for that. Josh DeLeon? Who's with these names? Owner of Underground Creamery adds that Berg is, quote, playing with words with something he shouldn't be playing words on. They both say they had experiences growing up like many other people of Asian descent, such as being made fun of for their food. Well, this is the opposite. This is a white guy who likes Chinese food. Nick Wong, who was the head chef of UB Preserve until it closed last year. Well, I already don't value your opinion in business then. Points to other instances in the food world where an Asian name makes sense for a concept. He uses P.F. Chang's as an example, whose co-founder is Philip Chang, and Mr. Chow, a restaurant chain founded by Michael Chow. Picking a random Chinese-sounding name to be kind of kitschy feels a little problematic. Okay. Reading the rest of this article is just... we're going nowhere fast. Let's see what else we got this week. Biden's ambassador to Afghanistan apologizes following backlash over black girl magic tweet. That is a hell of a headline. On Thursday, I'm not going to try to say this. Chargé de... yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to say that. I'm just a white man. Of the United States mission to Afghanistan. Oh, come on. Let's get to the good stuff. The tweet, which has been deleted, was widely criticized as tone-deaf over its apparent lack of empathy for the plight of Afghan women. She says, sometimes our best intentions go awry because we haven't listened enough or don't truly understand others' lived experience. My efforts to celebrate courageous African Americans this month fall... I think she meant fail. Fail in that category. I apologize to any and... oh, no, I guess followers too. Any and all who I've offended or hurt. Oh, come on. What's the original tweet? We got to see the original tweet. Is it so offensive that they won't even include it? Wow, they don't even include it. It must be so offensive. Well, this is disappointing. I wanted to hear about black girl magic and Afghani women. Okay, here we go. Here's a separate screenshot of it. Are Afghans familiar with hashtag Black Girl Magic and the movement it inspired? Do Afghan girls need a similar movement? What about Afghan women? Teach me, ready to learn, hashtag Black History Month at Beyonce, at Lizzo, at Regina King. Those Afghani women, they just need a good enough hashtag and their problems will be solved. Fantastic. Can more Harry Potter ever be okay? And we're still talking about Harry Potter. The release of the controversial Hogwarts Legacy game has revived a never quite dormant firestorm of opinions over J.K. Rowling and the fate of the universe she created. Rowling, once seen as a vanguard of progressive idealism, has spent most of the past half-decade forging a new reputation as the world's most famous transphobe. She's still a far-left liberal, guys. I don't know what you're talking about. And a ridiculous raving feminist, but okay. Rowling's name is now synonymous with TERF, trans exclusionary radical feminism, or the belief that trans women aren't women, that biological sex is the only factor that determines someone's gender. I can't believe it. It sounds to me like, no, it's not okay. We need to stop Harry Potter. Just stop it. It's over, guys. Go home. Another article about Harry Potter. They need to stop talking about this. All right, next up. Let's see. Alleged anti-Semitic slurs spark brawl between Jewish Catholic schools in Florida after soccer game. Oh, man. It's starting, you guys. It's starting. An ugly brawl broke out after a heated soccer game between two private schools in Miami this week, with some players saying they were hit with anti-Semitic slurs. Hit. Footage of the troubling incident between Shecht Hillel Community School and Archbishop Coleman Carroll. There's another joke in there somewhere. In Florida shows players battling soon after Wednesday night's game ended. The video also includes spectators pouring from the stands to join the fray, where several punches were thrown and shoves were exchanged. Oh man, it's finally kicking off, you guys. It's finally kicking off. Parents of the players from the Jewish school asserted that someone said Hitler was right during the fight, and that other opponents spewed different anti-Jewish slurs. There was reportedly one injury resulting from the confrontation, but details were not made available. The two religious schools issued a joint statement after the video of the fight, and the accusations of anti-Semitism began circulating online. The Archdiocese of Miami and I don't know how to say that. I don't know how to say the other name. I'm sorry. Man, my bigotry is always showing through, I guess. Shecht something. Have zero tolerance for any kind of aggressive language and behavior, anti-Semitism, or hate of any kind, the school says. We are thankful for the faculty of both schools who immediately managed the situation with care and concern for the students. I really didn't think we were going to end this week with seeing a Jewish school and a Catholic school fighting on a soccer field with allegedly a student shouting Hitler was right. Wow. What a hell of a week. Wow. You never know what you're going to get with Swamp and Print. I was going to do a Hugh Donnelly. Oh, no. Wait, I didn't do the Hugh Donnelly this week. Too much stuff going on. The show's already been going on for an hour and 38 minutes. So it's definitely longer than I normally do for the Friday show. But that was because of bringing back the... What are they mad about now? You'll have to wait one more week. It just happened. It just happened. Couldn't help it. You keep building your Hugh Donnelly AI bot. And then eventually you just send me your Hugh Donnelly episodes and we'll run those. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed it. A little bit longer show because of the What Are They Mad About Now, which now that I got a format set up for it, I think we'll be doing it more. So bringing that back. I think I'm going to try once a month for What Are They Mad About Now and once a month for TikTok Tuesday. So those will be back, or that'll be coming back soon. Yeah, I hope you guys have a good weekend. Make sure you liked the stream. And you know what? Just for the heck of it, one more time. Okay, this thing works fantastically. What are you looking at? These are my working clothes. What's up, guys? Glad to be back. I know, isn't it awesome? I love it. All right, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Swamp. I will see you tomorrow on the second channel. I'll see you guys next time.